So for me, obviously, like I said, man, it wasn't. I know winners, point blank and period. Okay, I admire dudes who find a way to get the job done, and that's what I see in Tom Brady. That's what I've always seen in Tom Brady. I will add to the fact that this podcast has allowed me to grow my respect more and more for the game of football. I have been guilty a lot of times of watching the game of football with the eye of a basketball mind, and truly understanding that Tom Brady did not beat the Kansas City Chiefs. The team and the defense played a significant role in that game. However, we will not act like Tom Brady didn't handle his job and uphold his end of the bargain to see to it that there was a 31-9 victory, okay? In the past, I would have just said Tom Brady, and had no regard or respect for whatever the defense was doing. I will not make that mistake again. And if you're out there and you were like who I once was, I was blind, but now I see. It is as Isaac would say, I coined this term from my boy Shineheart Izzo, who I've learned from about the game of football on this podcast. Complementary football. And I think you've seen that at a very beautiful level in Super Bowl 55 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And on top of that complementary football, you also want to make sure if you got a quarterback who has the most control of a game, considering all the variables around it. You want to make sure you have a guy in that spot who can and will get the job done and who has proven to get the job done. No matter how it looks, they find a way to get the job done. That is who Tom Brady is. That is why he is GOATed. And that is why I will forever and always die on that ship of Tom Brady. I think it'll make great content if we go to Shineheart Izzo next. But before he talks, let's go back to his previous tape leading up to the Super Bowl.
A majority of the percentage, I would succumb to be Patrick Mahomes being the reason for them winning. But I do believe Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid will call a masterful game offensively. I just have his brilliance surpassing the brilliance of Brady due to him being a more physically gifted player, along with him still having that youth on his side and the arm talent. I believe Tyron will make some timely plays. I believe Chris Jones on the D-line will make some timely plays for him. And I just think Patrick will go out there and be Patrick. And not to mention, the man Tyreek Hill had 200 fucking yards in the first quarter the last time they played. The shit wasn't close.
Shineheart Izzo, the floor is yours, my brother.
Shine, baby.
Giving all thanks to God. Man,
we needed that.
This is what it feels like, man. This feel like testimonials. But I say this, man. Hats off to Thomas, Patrick, Edward Brady, man, for being who we've all known him to be. You know, he is who we thought he was. So I definitely want to say, I do admit and can admit when I was wrong. Definitely was wrong. The Bucs had a masterful game plan, man. The defense was excellent. They had got back a pivotal piece on their D-line. And they were hellacious, man. Even without the blitz, man, the D-line was able to go up against not one, not two, but three backups and dominate. So, wow, am I surprised? No. Did I think Patrick Mahomes would overcome that? Yes. Was I wrong? Woefully. They got their ass kicked, man, up and down the field, and I don't believe it was close throughout any particular time of the game. Like I said, I do believe Tom Brady got a couple reps in his pocket. That's just my own personal belief. I believe the interception that Tyrann Mathieu caught off the deflection should have stood. I believe the holding was minuscule on that play in which it got called, and it was away from the ball, and he had no bearings on the play. So I believe that was a bad call. But other than that, man, and them having 100 yards in penalties as well, I don't know what that was about. Again, you might want to have to interview the refs, but man, the Chiefs got bad Chiefs, man, but good Bucks, man. They were ready all the way around. Todd Bowles called a hell of a game on the defensive side of the ball, and Brady was a fucking surgeon, on the offensive side, man. And Patrick didn't have a clean pocket to throw from the whole game, man. He was literally running for his life. I believe the advanced stats say he ran almost 500 yards. In regards to trying to escape the rush. So you got a man quite literally running for 1,000 yards in one game. Shit,
trying to get away.
Just trying to get away, man. You hard pressed to believe that he was able to get any motion going. But like I said, Tom got 7, man. Patrick will be back, but hats off to the Bucs.
We have Live the Rapper up next, going before the jury.
Oh, we're not doing Darnell, B.
We're gonna go with Live the Rapper next, beautiful people.
Like how I talk about how LeBron don't have to be clutch because he's going to take the game in the third quarter and sit down for the rest of the fourth. Patrick Mahomes is riding into that. He's riding into, I'm going to spank your ass for 3 quarters so I don't have to do shit. My defense ain't got to do shit. And I feel like that's what's going to happen in the Super Bowl. We really think it's going to be a shootout and it's going to be a spanking. I want to say that was my take before knowing that my boy not going to have 3 of the best guys who are the best at protecting him. I mean, like let's be honest. The Buccaneers did not play the Kansas City Chiefs. Like they played a variation of the Chiefs because they don't have what they're not all the way there, bro. I want to play. Of course, it's not their fault that the O-linemen were hurt, right? But let's not just act like. Come on, man, stop it. I hate when people do that shit. You pick the Bucs and you pick Tom Brady and they won because the Chiefs wasn't at full power. And so it's just like, Tom Brady, y'all tell y'all Tom Brady. Why y'all bet against Tom Brady? I'll fuck all that Tom Brady. Like, no. Wait. No. The Chiefs offense couldn't do nothing, bro. It's almost like they played for the Tampa Bay defense to shine. So anyway, hats off to Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? You saw a disadvantage, and, I mean, you did what you had to do to win. You know what I'm saying? I can't take that away from you. And, yes, Tom Brady managed a good game. There we go.
I will say this before we continue. In y'all picking the Chiefs, y'all were not disrespectful towards Tom Brady as if like he's not somebody to be threatened. Y'all just felt that the Chiefs were a better team. I give all of y'all that with respect.
Before I knew 3 offensive linemen were not playing in the Super Bowl.
Well, hold on. Well, you should have knew because Eric Fisher had tore his
Achilles against the Bills
the prior game beforehand, so he was out, and we were already missing our starting. I say our, but they were already missing their starting left tackle. In addition to that, and they were down a guard. So quite literally down, 3 out of the 5 starting offensive linemen who started the season. I would pick the opposing team's D-line any day of the week as well if I just didn't think that it would have that much bearing on the game. But as you could see, Tom Brady, when he lost his Super Bowl, the Super Bowls he lost, he was under duress.
Well, let's be honest,
all 3 of them.
Hold on. Okay. All right. I don't want to talk over Darnell. Darnell, you didn't have any sensational takes. You just said you picking Patrick Mahomes. So we don't necessarily need to play you back. You wasn't saying anything salacious.
No clip? No clip. Okay. So,
so he really only get wild about the Rockets, bro.
I'm gonna get wild about this too, okay? Because at the end of the day, they didn't respect the game. Shout out to the Respect the Game podcast. You can find it on Apple and Spotify. But
oh my God, what fuzz?
I do want to say though, they didn't respect the game, bro. They played regular season football when they should have played postseason Super Bowl football. They didn't come in prepared. Nobody was ready for any kind of schemes. Nobody ready for the rush. They didn't know what to do. I literally watched them be confused. They didn't plan for their best players to be double teamed and schemed for. And it was ridiculous. It was sad, and it was on both sides. The defense was trying to get away with regular season holds. They'll let you get away with half that shit. Yeah. Postseason Super Bowl? No, they call it every little thing. You can't risk it. You got to play your best football. There's no such thing as, I'm going to grab a little here, grab a little. No. That's penalty. 80 yards in penalties in the first half, you're going to lose a game. That's a hill that's so hard to climb up. It's ridiculous. That's mental. Forget physical, forget game planning. That's just straight mental. Like I said, I was watching the game saying they must have got really fucked up and partied right before they went to this game, saying, you know what, we previous champs and we can roll over this team. Tyreek had over 200 plus yards against this team back in week so-and-so. We got this. And that's how they played. And I seen Kelsey's eyes. He looked like, I didn't see him like this the whole entire season. He looked defeated by the first half. And with that being said, man, you know, Tampa Bay wanted to do it in their house, and they did, and they dominated, literally. You know, hats off to the GOAT. 7 it is, man. 7 it is.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Whether you hate him or you love him, you must admit you tune into this podcast to listen to him. So, get ready to play. Do not. We have respected everybody's take and not interrupt anybody.
You did that shit on purpose just so he could say this fly ass shit to us and we not be able to say shit back. You wrong. Wrong.
We will be able to respond, but we will let him have the floor and say what he has to say. Coach Johnson, when you are done speaking, which is a risky statement, say you are done.
What I'm saying, Isaac, if there's a lead, a double-digit lead by the Buccaneers in this game,
they'll come back.
They will not come back.
You crazy.
So you saying if the Chiefs,
you want to put money on that?
By double, hold on, say that again, Christian.
If the Buccaneers are up by double digits late in the game, the Chiefs will not come back on this defense.
Mark this down, Edward. Please mark this down that he just said that.
Tom Brady will solidify himself in the conversation for the greatest athlete ever, as he will pass Jordan for the number of rings that he has. He will get his 7th ring.
God damn.
Before we get to Coach Johnson, well, no, that's still fresh in mind. So go Coach Johnson. Let us know when you're done.
Man, I don't even know if I can say it any better. Hat goes off to the entire Buccaneers coaching staff for getting the players ready. Hat goes off to the players for being ready. My hat does go off to my brother Seanhart Izzo, because he did say something right when he made his comments about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes played his behind off. He is not the reason why they lost. Any other quarterback wouldn't have even made the game look that close. Exactly. It would have been ridiculous. Though we need to give praise to Byron Leftwich for calling a great game. I truly believe that any quarterback that played in the playoffs, if they would have played that game other than Drew Brees or Mitch Trubisky, would have had the same outcome as Tom Brady did that night, because Byron Leftwich called a great game. And he followed the game plan that I put out here on Respect the Game podcast. We saw Tom Brady throw the ball 29 times. 17 attempts were to non-receivers. I said if they had a 50-50 ratio, we knew that they would control the game. And they had over 50% of their passes were to non-receivers. But to the defense, Todd Bowles is getting a lot of praise today, which he should, right? But I texted Edward earlier. I tweeted out at 4:22 p.m. Sunday. The game started at 6:30. 4:22 p.m. on or 6:30 Eastern.
Time. You right, Coach. You right.
6:30 Eastern. So at 4:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I tweeted this out because Todd Bowles today is getting a lot of praise, which he should, but a lot of praise actually needs to go to Raheem Morris. For those of you who don't know who Raheem Morris is, he is currently the defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams, but he was the interim head coach and defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons in Week 16. When Atlanta played the Kansas City Chiefs, held them to 17 points and almost won the game. They were a dropped pick in the end zone from a win in Week 16. The defense that you saw on Super Bowl Sunday was the same defense that Raheem Morris put out on Week 16. And I tweeted out, I just watched the Atlanta Falcons versus the Chiefs Week 16 film. Raheem Morris is a mother flipping genius. Wish that performance could have been shown on prime time. At least in LA, he'll get more prime time opportunities. The reason I said that is because everyone's going to point to Todd Bowles and say that he was great, which he was. Hey, he's the one who took the risk and said, "Hey, I'm gonna copy the blueprint, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put my guys in the right position." He coached his team up well, so I don't want to take anything away from him, but I don't know anyone who's talking about Raheem Morris today because they don't understand that the same game plan that he put together in Week 16 that no one watched because it was, a no-burger game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers did that, and it led them to victory. Yeah, I mean, it was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch. I told my brother, y'all can call Ralph and ask him before the game. I said I think Todd Bowles is going to put himself on the map tonight. It was good. It was good. It was great to watch the Bucs handle their business. I'm happy for Leonard Fournette. As a Jags fan, I'm a little salty that he got a Super Bowl without us, but it is what it is. But I'm glad he played well. It was beautiful to watch. It was tough to watch Patrick Mahomes play his heart out and play like the incredible athlete that he is and give everything he could to even make it a game. And he could not get anything from anyone else around him. Not from the receivers, not from the offensive line, not from the play caller.
He didn't get it from shit. He was the only one who showed up to play.
Yeah. So but I'm gonna end it here. It was beautiful to watch.